It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
It's a wonderful way of life.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Get it!
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's a beautiful place to live, it really, really is.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
I wonder what the temperature is chocolate today.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
This is like the final frontier.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, England.
There's no reason for me to go back to the UK. I have nothing there.
And begin their new lives.
What could possibly go wrong, Al?
Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
I know, it ain't rocket science.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Voila.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
We're starting to get sleepless nights because you're starting to get worried.
It's great. What more could I want?
On today's show, a disaster in the kitchen.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Can the newest bar in Javea run a successful service?
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us.
Can this top-end hotel
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
handle a packed paella party?
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. It's all part and parcel.
And the thespians
And again.
bringing drama to Bordeaux. But will a new baby scupper their plans?
We fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck.
Javea in southern Spain. With year-round sun and crystal clear waters, it's the jewel on the Costa Blanca. It's also much cheaper to live here than in the UK. A 3-course meal for 2 costs just €35 or £24. So it's easy to see why so many expats call this home. Steve Stallion, his fiancée Kelly and mother-in-law Gail have been in Javea for 2 months now, chasing their dream.
You feel like you've got a good life, and that's what I think is important to us. And that's what we always strive for, is a good workplace, you know, like being able to have a family business gives you that freedom, but then also having a place where we live, where, you know, we can, like on our day off, go to the beach.
The family have just opened their new bar and grill, Gecko. But after busting a gut to open, some locals were not impressed.
Prices are not going to be very popular up here. They will die a death within 6 months.
It's the morning after opening. Steve and Gail are coming to terms with their feedback.
Value for money is basically what we need to be. It's a really good quality at competitive pricing. So we want to go and have a look around locally and just sort of see where they're at. We will just go and have a little nose around and sit and have a little drinky poo.
We're going on our pub crawl. We're going to do some costing the hard way.
Javea is a tourist hotspot with dozens of bars and restaurants catering for a variety of tastes and budgets. So Gail and Steve need to make sure Gecko is competitive.
These are recommendations, and then you know what you've got is you've got your Vino della Casa, which is your Botella, £9.50. Yeah.
How much
so
per
under
glass?
10, and then £1.80 a copper.
A what?
A copper glass.
That's quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the Vino della Casa.
That's about £1.30 for a glass of house wine. Much cheaper than the UK and cheaper than Gecko too.
Tastes that. Quite fruity, I must say. It's nice.
They only do that by the glass, everything else is by the bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
With the house wine sorted,
Did you take the name of that wine? I want to price the bottle.
it's a short walk to the next bar.
Uno sangria. Gege, vodka.
How much is it?
£4.80.
$4.80 for a tot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go for a red label.
So draft sangria and a coffee for Steve, whiskey and soda for Gail. But how will these prices compare to Gecko?
The espresso is well cheap. I mean, espresso is €1, which is like dirt cheap.
We're here. Is that
Well,
what
just
you
generally
pay?
dirt cheap. I mean, we can't afford to do cafe solo for €1. So the sangria, And they're charging €4.20 for that. I was only going to do ours at $4.50 or $4.75.
How
It's
much do we
quaffable.
pay for the whiskey?
€5.
Steve and Gail have had a wake-up call. They need to lower their prices. But with their combined experience, they're certain they'll make it work.
He has the expertise, gosh, is that whiskey doing?
What it's meant to?
In this business, really. You do. I have other expertise. It's
Drinking it.
But Gecko will never survive selling drinks alone. They are going to have to organise a food menu too. And with the summer holidays just 4 weeks away, it's vital they move quickly, or else the busy tourist season will simply pass them by. Bordeaux, southwest France. Set on the banks of the River Garonne, this elegant city recently bagged the title of Europe's best destination. Thanks to its graceful streets and squares boasting theatres, fine art galleries, excellent restaurants and stylish shopping. It's now home to 16,000 British expats enjoying the cosmopolitan culture. Until last year, Stephanie and Connor Irwin were jobbing actors in London's Theatreland. But when they got married in Bordeaux, they fell in love with this city. 4 months later, they said goodbye to the rat race and bonjour to a new life.
We decided, okay, right, we're going to start having children. Do we want to raise them in a busy, big city like London?
Just found Bordeaux and the Aquitaine in general is such an incredible part of France.
Steph and Connor have landed jobs teaching English, but it's not what they're here for. They have a dream. They want to set up a theatre school for aspiring actors in Bordeaux.
There's a lot of culture here. They've got an opera house, they've got lots of little small theatres, but they don't have any theatre training as such. That it's missing that element that I think I think there's a gap in the market here, so I'm just going to pursue that, and that's basically my dream.
Steph already speaks French, so the workshops will be bilingual. But this will be the first time Steph and Connor have worked together. Things could be about to get interesting.
Steph is a very determined person. She can be a bit stubborn,
No,
a bit difficult.
don't believe every word he says.
There's a lot of compromise, let's put it that way.
On my part, I let him
needs to be
think he's
done.
my boss. Not really, we're equal partners. So we basically, we fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck. It's gonna work.
It will work, it will work.
But there's an added complication. Steph is 7 months pregnant. They plan to set up a new business and have a baby, all in the next 2 months.
Merci. He is the workshops. I'll have the kid in a sling or whatever and just like
Yeah, exactly.
walk around breastfeeding all day.
The baby is due in 8 weeks. But Steph and Connor have ambitious plans to stage their first drama workshop in just a month's time. So they need to find a suitable space. Dance teacher Audrey is prepared to let her studio.
This is really good because it's not too big.
To secure the space, they need to fork out €600 before they've made a single cent.
C'est 2 chèques, hein? 2 chèques.
Oui, là, les chiffres.
Nobody I know actually uses textbooks anymore. But in France, that's still a big deal.
And there's a mountain of paperwork to sign.
Brilliant. La bureaucratie française, hein?
Oh,
Wow.
je peux te faire ça super plus simple.
French love paperwork. Ok, alors merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Super.
À très vite.
Oui, à bientôt. Merci. Once you book the theatre, once you book the space, there's no going back.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've paid the deposit, we've put the money down. July 18th, no matter what, we will be here. So we've got 5 weeks to get a handful of willing participants. And
I'm nervous. I'm quite nervous. I know I'm very optimistic underneath, but I'm quite nervous. But yeah, I'm just a bit nervous. Let's get flying, I suppose.
A new country, a new business and a new baby. It's going to be a dramatic few weeks in Bordeaux.
something's going to arrive in a few weeks that is going to entirely change our lives. So even more reason why the business really has to work, because it's not just us we have to think about anymore. It's a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Villanueva del Rosario is a hidden treasure nestled in the heart of Andalucia. A stone's throw from the stunning El Torcal National Park, the limestone hills here provide a spectacular backdrop for this quaint village, with its tiny cobbled streets and traditional white houses. Set amongst the olive groves is this stunning boutique hotel. It's run by Yvonne and Ray Williams, who left high-powered jobs in the UK and sunk over €1 million into their dream of running a luxury hotel.
I'm very strong on attention to detail, as a lot of people pick up when they stay here. Everything colour coordinates, even the tissue box.
Just half an hour from the coast, this region really is the heart of Spain. And money in these parts goes a long way. A 3-bed country house can be snapped up for less than €200,000, giving you the chance to live in one of the most spectacular parts of Spain.
It's completely different. You can't compare life here with life in the UK. There's no way in the world we could afford to live in a place like this in the UK.
But though life is great, the business is only just breaking even. So Yvonne and Ray are now hosting weddings, and just yesterday put on a do for almost 100 Brits. The wedding was a huge success. But now it's the next morning, and it's time to pick up the pieces from the night before.
It's your home, and we've chosen to share our home with lots of people because we think it's a unique home to share, and that's the price you pay.
But the show must go on.
Where that energy came from, I have no idea.
Tidying up after yesterday's wedding isn't the only thing on their plate today. Yvonne and Ray are now hosting a traditional paella party for the wedding guests.
They've got a potato, mustard and chorizo salad, and a pasta with tuna fish, a green salad, couscous with Mediterranean vegetables and feta cheese, and a tomato and onion salad.
Today, Yvonne is in charge of all the cooking.
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. And there's a lot to do. Plus, run the bar during the day. They've all been here all day. And they leave everything everywhere, so you have to keep going around tidying up. So, I mean, they're on holiday, and that's what you expect. It's all part and parcel. If you couldn't clear up somebody's mess, you wouldn't be doing this job.
Soon, the pool area is full of hungry guests, tucking into Yvonne's starter. But there's a problem. Within minutes, the starter has run out. So groom James and his friend have come to find out what's gone wrong.
I apologise, but I've a quarter of a portion and shared it with friends.
No,
some people are eating as well, people who've paid for it.
There wasn't 50
but the people that have paid for it should eat. I put out.
There's not 50.
I put out 59 plates though.
The plates are fine. It's just not the food. It's one plates. That's the issue.
The plates are not there. They've had 59 plates go out.
But they're not been a full portion on them plates.
It's only a starter. Side salads.
That's fine then.
Paella to come.
Ah, that's fine then.
Well, at least that's sorted.
They didn't realise it was a starter. They thought it was all they were going to get, despite the fact they're coming to a paella party. But
There's
anyway,
no paella on the table there, and they can see it being cooked. Peace has been restored.
peace has been restored.
This has been an emotionally gruelling weekend. And as Ray leaves to head back to the UK for a meeting...
See you later.
See you Friday.
Yvonne is left to ponder their future in the wedding business. In Javea, on the Costa Blanca, the stallion family are getting to grips with the pressures of living and working together. Kelly Steve and his mother-in-law Gail moved from Plymouth 2 months ago.
Oh, the glorious life of living in Spain, I tell you.
Oh, watch your glass, Kelly.
Sun, sea, washing up every day. That reminds me, I've got a load of washing up. What were you doing, woman?
What I do best.
You were doing this, weren't you? Steve, take her away. She's winding me up. Mother!
They are living in this traditional Spanish villa with a pool, which they're renting for just €700 a month. For that amount, they'd only be able to afford a small terraced house back home.
This is my room, and just look at the view. The sea is over there. Outside my window, I sleep like this at night. I love it. I love this room. The pool is there. We're all together. We live together. It's great. I feel like I'm back home. I feel like I'm back where I belong, because I love England, and it is the country of my nationality, but this is where to be, I'm telling you.
The Stallions are hoping their new bar will fund their new life. So far, they've only been serving drinks. Now they're branching out into food, and that will make or break the bar. So today, it's time to buy supplies.
I don't see a price on this. Oh, there, $3.95.
Like the most important thing for me and for us, quality is everything. So that's why we've been trying so hard we've been shopping around so hard to make sure that we get the stuff that we're happy with, which I know is the right quality.
Can we have a kg, please?
Steve plans to serve high quality meat.
Just be made delicious.
But there are no guarantees this posh nosh will go down well with the customers.
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us, I reckon, because people want food.
Let's take them all.
Nice to, yeah.
But yeah, I feel very stressed about it. I just don't like to talk about it. I just go,
Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend.
Back at the bar, and it's finally time for Steve to see if his customers will share his passion for fine food.
I'm not a chef, but I love to cook, and I think I can do a good job of putting out this style of food that we want to do.
Steve and Gail both hope Gecko will soon have a reputation for serving the best food in Javea.
I would like to think they'd come up for a nice steak. It'll be 1, 2, 3. The word will get around. If you want a good steak, go to the Gecko grill.
It's 6 o'clock and the first orders are coming in.
A cheese-head tomato and a ham and cheese.
But it seems the customers' palates are not as posh as Steve hoped for.
Wonderful.
What, toasties?
Like your style.
The customers do too.
I made them a cheese and onion toastie, and they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. When we wrote our menus, I never put toasties on there, but they're really popular.
They're quite nice when it goes with drinking.
Just because they're cheap and easy to do, that's why people like it.
Absolutely. Cheese and tomato with a ham, $2.75. Are you happy with that?
Perfect.
Cheap food is going down a storm, and if you can't beat them...
What are the kiddies having?
I said, just pick up some cheap ham. Because we've got this really nice ham. I said, just get the cheap ham,
But this really is not the gastronomic experience Steve was aiming for.
Well, I think that our clients' needs are very different here to what we expected. Definitely from what I expected. And that's the thing that we've had to adjust to more than anything. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up hating toasties.
The big question is, will Steve ever be able to tempt the tourists away from their toasties? Bordeaux. It has everything a big city needs. For ex-Londoners Steph and Connor Irwin, it's a perfect place to bring up a family.
You know, I love London. London's a fantastic city, but in London it's very much about you're working, you're living to work, and it's all about work. And
here, the pace is just more chilled. They just value things, or their priorities are slightly different in the way they work, and that comes through in the way they raise their kids, they take their time.
Steph and Connor plan to set up a bilingual theatre school. The first workshop is only 4 weeks away, but they don't have a single booking. They need to get the word out on social media. But they've woken up to a major problem. There's a power cut.
this is what happens when you live in a house that's a building that's 250 years old. Now there's nothing there anyway. No. I don't know. Oh, actually, there's a box in here as well.
We do everything online, so when you lose the internet or you have any problems with electricity, it's just a total pain. So, yeah, you basically just need to stalk your landlord.
Our today is going to be a bit of a setback because we need to get online to get things done and email people and stuff.
Yeah. I'm too pregnant to care right now.
Time for plan B. They're going to have to put the legwork in, dropping flyers around town.
So for now, it's business card size and the little flyers, and then we'll add posters to that shortly. So there you go.
The Queen once called Bordeaux the very essence of elegance.
Juste les flyers. Merci.
Its graceful streets are home to a variety of trendy art shops and impressive theatres.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
We have some flyers for our drama workshop that we're just going to leave here. Okay. Perfect. One side is English and one side is French. Okay. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci.
Au revoir.
There are only a few high-rise blocks in Bordeaux. It's part of the city's charm, but this means the streets are sprawling. And after just an hour, Steph is exhausted.
I'm quite pooped. Trying to organise stuff yourself when you haven't got internet, or when the weather's a bit kind of humid but wet, and no electricity. There's just a combo of things today which are a bit frustrating. Kind of got to get to grips with how immobile you become when you're pregnant.
But with the workshop in just 4 weeks and no confirmed students, this is not good news for Steph and Connor's new business.
It's great, but yeah, the bump's I'm getting a bit sick of it now, I have to say. I just feel like an Oompa Loompa, and yeah. And in France, everyone's so glamorous, and now I just want cake and ice cream and a bath. And yeah, that's about it for now.
That should keep you quiet for a while.
It's been 6 weeks since Ray and Yvonne Williams held their first big wedding bash at their exclusive hotel. And they've been thinking hard about their future in the wedding business.
We've got to feel comfortable that they understand it's our home, and not just a commercial wedding venue.
Ray and Yvonne think smaller weddings could be the way forward. So tomorrow they're hosting another celebration, only this time it's for 26 guests.
You're down for 2 things, one at 5 o'clock and one at 2.
This wedding was a last-minute booking over the internet, and Yvonne is doing all the catering herself.
Absolutely everything's down to me, so there's a huge responsibility. It's hard work because there's a lot of planning goes into it. Because to be honest, whether you've got 28 or 128, the planning is the same.
In just a few hours, the wedding couple are arriving to see the hotel for the very first time. Yvonne is really feeling the pressure.
Flamenco troupe are bringing a CD or a plug-in to dance to.
I don't know that. Okay.
Well, I only found out yesterday, but you need to buy a music set for the Alhambra today. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on a wedding. The important thing is that everybody knows what they've got to do, timetabling, clear directions, and that people follow those directions and not go off on their own little agenda.
The highlight of the wedding is a flamenco troupe who'll perform in the walled gardens. Ray's in charge. He's going to have to make a last-minute dash to the shops for a CD player. But that's not all that's on his list.
I need 13 ramekin dishes of equal size. I think they come in packets of 4.
How many?
13.
Oh, make it 14.
Well, I need 13, so make sure...
If it's packets of 2.
Ray has just 2 hours to buy the items on Yvonne's list and get home ready to meet the bride and groom.
How am I supposed to get 14 ramekins on a Friday afternoon in the middle of nowhere? If I owned a ramekin shop, I'd put a balloon there saying ramekin shops are here.
Meanwhile, there's no end to Yvonne's to-do list, but there's one thing she can't control.
Saturday at the moment is looking cloudy all day. Right the way through. I can't believe, beginning of September in Spain, it's always beautiful.
It's 2:30. In 10 minutes' time, the bride and groom-to-be will arrive. And Ray is back just in time.
Oh, they're not they won't work. They're to be glass. No, they won't work. They won't work at all. They have to be glass. They're for timbala rice.
But there's nothing.
Yes, they had them yesterday. Glass ones, round ones. They won't work. They won't work at all. It's probably heavy, is it? Well, they're not. I mean, I can't serve that size rice to somebody.
You said you'd strip the shop.
Right. Well, they're not going to work. How difficult is it to get ramekin dishes? I don't know.
But there's no time to worry now. The bride and groom have just arrived.
Well, you can either have the table there, so you're looking at the mountain and Ray's facing this way.
I wanted a boutique hotel somewhere in a little village that was whitewashed with a little white chapel. I saw the reviews for this place, which were fabulous. I looked at the pictures, and I don't think I looked at anything else then, did I?
No.
I saw the pictures, and that was it.
This is the first time Amy and Kerry have visited the hotel.
This is where you're walked, from here down here, OK? This is your aisle.
After a guided tour...
Somehow or another, we need to get somebody up there to take a photograph for you. That's the bedroom that you're not using.
What's the verdict?
It's exactly as I wanted it to be. It's quaint, it's out in the country, away from all the hustle and bustle. It's peaceful. I think we both loved the outside, don't we? We loved the views, the surroundings, but also I think the inside is really just exactly what we were looking for. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
Before the guests arrive, Yvonne needs to prepare a 3-course wedding breakfast. And Ray, well, he's going to be the master of ceremony.
As soon as Yvonne gave us the offer of Ray, I think I felt like I knew Yvonne anyway through all the emails that we've sent back and forth. So it was quite personal, but at the same time, it wasn't a family member doing it, so it almost felt that little bit more formal. So it worked out perfect for us.
As Kerry and Amy prepared for their wedding celebrations, they reflected on what it is that they love about each other.
The clock is ticking. Ray and Yvonne have a mountain of prep still to do. They'll soon find out if smaller weddings really are the answer to their life in the sun.
No man was ever shot by his wife while doing the dishes.
In Bordeaux, Steph and Connor are dreaming of a new life with a new family in a city that seems to have it all.
From May to September, the weather's really good, so every weekend everyone goes to the beach.
Yeah.
And that's what people do for the weekends, go to the beach. And then in the winter, everyone goes skiing.
The couple plan to open a new drama school, and now their first workshop is just a week away. But there's a setback. Pregnant Steph's under doctor's orders to rest up completely.
We've come across some health stumbling blocks which have kind of affected how much we could get done, and I'm a hippo. I just want everything organised already.
Terribly, Steph is a terribly impatient person.
I'm not. Just about this. I don't think I'm...
The impatience is magnified because she's pregnant and she's like, get this baby out of me.
Oh my God, if I sit on you, I'm going to break a rib. So I warn you to choose your words carefully. I'll throw something at you.
Steph's the only one who can speak French, so this puts them in an impossible position.
We're going to have to postpone next week.
Yeah.
It's about first impressions, and if we go ahead with next week, and I'm there on my own, and I don't have...
my support.
Steph's support with the language and helping me with the workshop in terms of... because it's a bilingual workshop. Then it's going to leave a really bad impression. Steph's baby's coming early, mine's baby's delayed. I'm really not happy at all, but when you look at the reality of it, like, Steph's not able to be there. There's just no way she's going to be able to be.
I want chocolate.
How would this benefit? How would I benefit from this workshop?
The workshops are on hold until after the baby arrives. But to make sure they have students to teach, they're making an internet advert.
Intro ×2 together.
For 2 actors, it should be simple.
Wouldn't it be better to start with something like, rather than going who we are, it's like, we are Drama Studio Bordeaux, and this is what we're doing, and then who we personally are.
You clearly seem to have to know what people watching will think, so we'll go with that. I don't agree, but I'm totally happy to go with it. This is why I write by myself while writing. It's a solitary process.
The collaborative process is fraught with disagreement and tension.
So annoying. This drives me crazy.
And once the camera's rolling...
Just kind of, will you take your time with who you are and your experience of things better?
Thanks. Hello, my name is Connor Irwin. I am the founder of...
Cut. Okay, stop for a second. So we're going to do it like a chat where...
Oh, okay. All right, we're chatting now.
Yeah.
You're directing me too much now.
Yeah, stop pressing the photograph button. Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie.
Physical theatre and film.
Okay, maybe the way you're sitting is making you too chill.
Stop worrying about my mistakes.
Not mistakes, I said foibles.
Don't patronise me either.
I'm not at all.
And again.
Perhaps a wardrobe change will make all the difference.
Is it better?
I have to do it like that. One more time, a cost-effective way to approach training.
And the exits are on the left, on the right, and the middle over the wing, and that's...
I'm trying to be...
It's very aerostessy.
I'm having a contraction, hold on a second. 3, 2, 1.
Say a sentence.
En français ou en anglais. Cut. Someone pass me a cornetto. Thanks.
Getting the ad uploaded quickly is vital to get the students signing up. But the relentless push to promote the workshop is taking its toll on Steph.
Stephanie's gone to sleep already.
The ad is ready to go live. But will Steph and Connor really be able to cope with a newborn and a new business? Or will their teaching aspirations have to take a back seat? It's September in the Spanish hills. Yvonne and Ray are preparing for a wedding. Already, emotions are running high.
I've spent hours doing a timetable, and I've got lunches to do, I've got food to prepare, and Ray keeps stealing people to go off and do other things. So it's just a little bit frustrating.
The last wedding was organised by a planner and caterers. Today, Ray and Yvonne are in charge. It means they will make more money, but with that comes higher stress levels.
You keep taking people away that I've got on my schedule to be helping me to do things.
I'm not taking
2 o'clock is when you set up the service with Juana. It's a lot to do before 3 o'clock, but 2 plates of canapes are ready. They just got to go into the deep fat fryer.
Yvonne's in charge of all the food for the day, including a lavish 3-course wedding breakfast.
These are all for after the ceremony, but I've got to obviously prepare as much as I can. And then while they're all off doing photographs and things, I can get the rest of the food ready.
So far, Yvonne's hospitality is going down well with bride Amy.
We've had lunch delivered to her, drinks delivered to her. This has been set up like a little salon, so we had a lovely breakfast this morning. So all gone perfectly well to this point.
But there's a very dark cloud hanging over proceedings.
We're worried about the weather. So, and we've got nowhere to move the whole, well, we can move it inside, but you can't do it at the last minute, so you have to make a decision. It's looking like it's going to heave down just about when they have their dinner. Be prepared that we're going to have to turn it into a buffet type thing in the house. So that's the only thing we can do. At least it's not raining yet.
Ray's busy outside.
I'll lean on it like this, or do something to hold it in place.
He's running through his role as the master of ceremony.
We have all the wedding guests arrayed here. Somebody's on cue to play the music. So I've got to go get myself prepped now and start to look like a celebrant, or wherever it is, and reread the lines before I forget them.
It's 3 o'clock. The venue is set.
You can tell a man put the tablecloth on.
Well, no, the wind blew.
I wish I wasn't a perfectionist. I really do. I really, really do wish I wasn't a perfectionist. It drives me mad. I drive myself mad, let alone everybody else.
There's still the threat of a storm. But now the countdown is on for Ray's starring role.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are late.
Ooh, maybe they've changed their minds. But soon, everyone's ready to take their places.
Hey, I like it. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks again for doing this, we really appreciate it.
And it's the bride's big moment.
Marriage, as most of us understand it, is a voluntary and full commitment. It is made in the deepest sense, to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with a desire and hope that it will last for life. May your love be a long source of excitement, contentment, affection, respect, and devotion to one another. You may seal this with a kiss.
Ah, good work, Ray.
I never thought I'd be doing such a thing as this. But it's nice to see when it comes together and everybody's smiling, and thank goodness the weather held off. I hope it just came over well.
Yvonne and Ray now have to get dinner ready. But the Spanish storm is still lurking in the mountains. Could all their effort be about to go to waste? In Javea, after a frustrating first food service, Kelly and Steve Stallion have left Grandma Gail babysitting to take a well-earned break from the business.
Oh, man, this is too much good stuff.
The couple are self-confessed foodies, so this town has totally won them over.
We do like, well, we used to go out like this quite a bit. You know, we like to go out and try food. We like the finer things.
We'd rather come here and swank out here, somewhere like here, rather than go out and smash it up at a nightclub, wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah, we don't go to the pub. We're not pub people. We're food and wine.
Yeah, definitely. So this is like coming here. Actually, it's amazing. I'm really excited now.
I know. I feel strange that I haven't got food being chucked at me from some direction where Millie's sitting.
Tonight reminds Steve and Kelly why they came here in the first place.
We have a selection of various cheeses and also the red corn carpaccio, the Huvo and Camp Rose. Yeah, so 2 glasses of that. I'm actually loving it. I don't miss England at all.
But the Stallions still have a long way to go before they're dining out on their own success. 24 hours later, it's back to business at their own bar. But tonight, there's not a toastie in sight.
Are you wanting to eat?
Please, have you got a menu?
Yes, sure.
As well as their regulars, Steve has a booking of 6 and they've asked for something special.
That one's a nice big piece as well.
They want homemade fish and chips. It's not on the menu, but Steve's happy to oblige because these customers could become regulars.
They've got a house here and they come out sort of regularly all through the year.
In true Steve style, he's sourced top quality cod and is even making homemade batter.
Have they decided on what they want to start?
I'll go and find out now. Warm goat's cheese salad or Caesar salad with chicken. Do I see 4 goats?
Yes, 4 goats.
And 2 Caesars?
As more customers come in, the orders are starting to stack up.
Have you got this one, Stevie?
That's the next one. Having a jambalaya and a Spanish burger.
But now there's a big issue.
We're out of gas.
We haven't kept 2 on.
No, we only had enough money to go and get 1, didn't we?
To cut costs, they only bought 1 gas canister, and now Steve is feeling the heat.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Let's, you know what? We'll do what we can. An oversight is what we call it in this business.
That's one word for it.
I've lost the oven, but this is our big order time anyway, so as long as I can get this out...
I'm going to tell them the fish is looking good.
can tell them something.
The fish should be okay, but he needs a plan for the burgers.
Oh, I might be able to do the burgers in the microwave under the grill.
Phew, finally, it's service.
The chips aren't cooked enough. They're gone. Disaster, man.
We'd like to apologise for the inconvenience and can we offer you a free drink? They got their food, so what was it a winter pot? You know, I mean, Stevie did make it to the end.
Well, at least we've got the food out that's been ordered.
But what do the customers think?
And here we got some really high cuisine. That was really perfect.
Everything was freshly from the market. Really enjoyed it, yes.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes, oh yes.
So give him my compliments. Right?
Yes.
I had the Gecko burger tonight. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice.
So Gecko is now making a name for itself in Javea, despite a few teething problems.
You serve unless somebody's dead. That is the crack. That's what happens. You serve until you cannot serve anymore.
These are all learning curves for us. We just like, you know, learning.
But even though the bar is on the way up, there's still a long way to go.
Might become the toasty queen. Go up to Gecko Bar, they do the best toasties.
Next time.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Sampling the Cape Verde way of life. But will this expat be put off making the move?
And I don't want to be falling out with people and then end up not being able to work.
Will the fairy tale Spanish wedding
Rapido.
be ruined by a storm?
We have got a few umbrellas out there, but other than that, they're going to get wet.
And can this French B&B
Like it's not bacon.
win over the final guests of the season?
And I sort of expect to be set up to fail.